great evening.
Oh, you filming?
Yeah. Another great evening for evening walk.
For evening walk, yeah.
Today's July 9th, Thursday, 2020.
It was like 95 degrees with a 91% humidity today.
It was a warm one.
Thank God for air conditioning.
So what did you do today?
This morning I golfed, and then I I had to think about that. Yeah, Thursday mornings is my golfing morning. Being an old fart, I golf with a bunch of old farts. But
Did you win your match today?
No, I didn't. I got my butt kicked today.
Yeah.
I wasn't hitting the ball very well today. So it is what it is. Next week will be a better week. But anyhow, then afterwards I went down to the health department. We're getting ready to do an addition on the cottage, lake house, whatever you want to call it. But
our humble abode.
Yeah. And so the health department requires a change of use. So we got to stay within so many feet of our septic system. Otherwise, if we get any closer than what we are, then we have to move the septic. I'm not doing that. We wanted to go with a 16-foot room by 28 foot, but they said the max we could go is 13. 13 foot is going to be a bunch of wasted lumber. It's just one of those, it's not a even size. Everything comes in 4x8 sheets and what have you. So we'll just go 12 foot. Like our original plan was to do a 12 by 28. Then I talked to some people and they're like, push it out. You'll be glad you did. Well, can't do that. Not without moving the septic system.
So here's the bonus of that, because by going out we gained space, but now we'll have more room outdoors for that fire pit area that I dream about.
Yeah, because we're going to level that area off, and with a lot of the dirt that we're digging out for the basement. So the basement's not going to be real huge. It's going to be 28 foot long, but it's only going to be like 8 feet wide because of how it's got to be built, dug out and what have you, so that we're not messing with the original foundation of the place.
So how do you learn all this stuff?
I learned it all from other contractors, from getting people over here that are a lot smarter than me. So that's what they do every day. They're out there digging these holes and what have you. So they're, actually the reason why I've gone with the contractor I'm going with, which is Kalamazoo Landscaping and Septic, is because they were the only company that came in here and offered ideas to what I was doing. And so, you know what, I think I'm probably going to be paying a little bit more money for it, but just that advice to me is worth it. So if you're out there and you're a contractor, and if you're just going to a site and you're going yeah and agreeing to everything that the homeowner's telling you, but you know better, speak up. Let them know that's that their ideas are not the best idea. So yeah, that's why I'm going with this contractor, because nobody else came on here and said, no, you probably don't want to do that. I guess they were just gonna do it. So.
But you also watch YouTube a lot.
I do. I've learned a lot from YouTube. So I'm going to be doing my own building, my construction part of it. I got wall company, concrete company that'll come in and do my concrete walls and the flat work and what have you for the garage and the foundation for the garage. That's all going to get done by contractors, but then the rest of it I'm going to build on my own. So I have a pretty good idea on how to do this, but I want to tell you what, there's nothing you cannot learn from YouTube. You want to know how to frame a house, how to do the layout for your floor joists, your roof rafters, you name it, it's there. If you can comprehend what they're talking about, you can do it. So there's
So therein lies the deal. You got to comprehend what they're talking about. Steve, he'll share with me things, and he goes, "You're looking at me with that like scrawly looking look on your face," and I'm like, "Well, that's probably because one, I don't really understand that process, and I'm not really sure I want to know the process. So it's that look of, huh?" Huh?
Yeah,
Okay, but here I've been married to this man for 42 and a half years, and I'm going to tell you one thing. Whatever he sets his mind to doing, he does it, and he does it for himself the way he does, and he does for others the way he would do it for himself. So that's a whole nother video on how amazing he is about working with clients, because he takes the best care of his clients, bar none. I'm not even the biased one. I just know the facts because I've been around for a long time. So the addition's going to be great. The garage is going to be amazing.
Yes, totally. It's going to be 2 stories. So we'll have, garage is going to be 24 by 30. So we're going to also have, and I'm going to go 10-foot walls on the main level. We could go 35 and a half feet. 2.5 stories basically is what I was told. I'm not going that big. That would be ridiculous. So, but I am going to go 10 foot high. So my garage will be 10 foot to the rafters. And then we're going to go above that. We'll go another 8 foot. And we'll do a 412 pitch. So we're going to end up somewhere, 25 feet tall. So yeah, it's gonna, I tell you what, it's gonna make our piece of property probably feel a little bit smaller, but I don't care. I really don't want to mow grass. So,
and it's not really, I don't know if I wouldn't
it's
consider
it mowing weeds and stones.
Weeds and stones and dust balls. So
right.
Anyway.
Yeah, the people before us just, I think all they did is they used it as a weekend place, so they weren't too concerned about doing things, they kind of did everything in a hurry. So, eventually I'll have to tear the deck off the whole house because it's just not built right. But that's a whole nother story.
So then we go over to our daughter's house. Andrea has this beautiful patio out back, and high ceilings. There's a ceiling fan up there. It's shaded. And I came home from there yesterday and I said, I would really love to have like an overhang like that out over the deck. Then I didn't have that scrunchy face. I was like, can we do that?
Yeah, it can be done. That might be something we have to, get a variance for, though, just because it's pushing our house closer to the lake.
So many things to be aware of.
It's just kind of crazy because we're not supposed to be any closer than 50 foot. But you go around this lake and you see, so many houses that have, well, they're grandfathered in. And so now anytime you want to do something, it's a variance. So basically it's probably like $450 to do the variance. So it's just, you got to pay out, all this money up front for permits and what have you. And then if you want, to do some things out of the ordinary, you got to do the variance, which they're going to get you again. So it's kind of
What are you most excited about our addition?
The garage. Yeah, the garage. The basement. We're digging a basement, so it's not going to be huge, but you know what? This is one thing at the lake. You buy a lake house. Okay, you got to think about this, is that most of the time your house is down by the water, so you can't put a basement in without putting some kind of pumping system or waterproofing system around the house.
Boy, they're noisy.
without doing some kind of, waterproofing system. And then, or if you're going to do that, then you got to build up the house and then bring dirt in or whatever.
So see, this is why I tell you, if you're looking to buy properties and you want to buy around a lake, you got to talk to this guy, because like, he's done all the research and he knows so much about what to do, what not to do, who to ask, where to find the information. So great resource.
You got to ask the questions.
Steve's in Tech, EXP Realty, right here, extraordinaire.
I like to think I'm pretty damn good.
You are pretty damn good. No, you're not pretty damn good. You're really damn good,
yeah.
Because, you're listing some houses this week.
Yeah. Once it gets ready, we have one coming on in Otsego, which is a really nice layout on a little over 3 acres. So I'm not going to talk too much about that, because it's, when it comes on, I want the surprise factor.
Ooh, the surprise factor.
It's
a beautiful home.
Yeah, it is. It's a beautiful home. It's got brand new siding on it, new roof.
It's got an outbuilding.
Outbuilding.
We're not supposed to talk about this.
Oh yeah, 3-car garage outbuilding. Oh, talk about it's heated. It's air conditioned.
Shh! Don't tell anybody.
Yeah, it's just in the garage, the attached garage to the house is 3-car. There's an extra refrigerator and a stove in the garage that works. I mean, the stove is hooked up and using it, and they would use it like in the summertime, rather than cooking in the house and heating up the house. They'd go out to the garage, or even like at Thanksgiving or Christmas time when it was having large parties over there, they would bring in and they would, cook on that stove out in the garage, use it as a, to keep the food warm and what have you. It's very nice, very, very nice.
Okay,
house.
No more.
Okay, no
It's
more.
a secret. You going to look at a lake house this week?
I am. Tomorrow I'm going to look at one on Long Lake.
All right. So the market is just like the weather here in Michigan. It's hot.
We had to cancel a showing on one of our listings today because the tenant came in contact with somebody that tested positive for COVID. So now she's got to be tested.
So here is the other thing. Now you're showing houses tomorrow, and there's these documents that you fill out.
Yep.
COVID compliant documents. You want to talk about that for a second?
You just got to, it's a hold harmless. You're signing these documents that are stating that if somebody was in that house had COVID, that you can't hold the seller responsible, because they can't control all things, and it's a waiver. It's saying that you're waiving the responsibilities and that you're basically taking on that responsibility. I think that's about the simplest way to put it. And same thing, with the seller selling the house, they sign a document that says, that they agree that they will, allow showings, and that they will, if they can, they'll wipe things down in between showings. We're told to go in, don't touch light switches, don't mess with anything. Just go in, show the house, and go out. I was showing a property yesterday, and this particular person was going through all the cupboards and opening all the doors and everything, and it's just like, and the thing of it is, she wasn't there to buy the house. She was there to help her friend make a decision. And but
So how'd you handle that?
I just ignored it. Because it was, I didn't get the best of vibes from her. It was like, there's certain people out there that just feel like they got to have some sort of importance. That was the vibe I was getting.
So you allowed her to feel important.
I just allowed her to feel important.
Aw, look at you.
So, but it's all good. So if you're one of those people, don't do that.
Be respectful.
Be respectful, yes.
When you go into someone else's environment,
There's plenty of time to do that. That's why we have a
when you make an offer,
when you make an offer and we have a 10-day inspection period.
yes.
You go through the inspection, that's when you do those kind of things, you know? I mean, unfortunately, yeah, it used to be that we could go in and do those, but, you know, people are a little on edge with what's going on, so you just don't do those things. You go in and you respect what's, you know, what's in a person's home, and once you have an offer and it's accepted, then you can, you know, set up a, you know, time to go in and do your inspections and, you know, make sure everything is, you know, up to your standards. You know, inspection is not a time to nitpick, because you're there to look. You can look at things and see. You can see if a outlet's broken or whatever. That's visual, you know. But anyhow, we won't get too much into that, because I could go off on that for like an hour.
Oh no, we've gone 16 minutes so far. If we keep people's attention for that long, then
Yeah, right.
that's something else. So, well, you know, when we were getting ready to come out for the walk, I said, let's talk about buying a motorhome. But we're not going to do that, because that's not how the conversation went today.
No, it isn't.
So we'll save that for another day. But I will plant the seed. Living a life of your dreams, living a life of abundance. What does that mean to you? Do you dream? Do you set your goals? Do you write down your I am statements? Do you manifest things into your life through intentionality? And we've been talking about a motorhome for quite a lot of years.
Yeah, I've been thoroughly researching motorhomes.
Okay, we're not talking about that right now,
Oh, yes.
because we could go on for hours on that.
Don't talk about it.
All right. Well, we're gonna come to you and just share how we've gone through the process of doing the research, putting it on vision boards, and creating the idea and the atmosphere around what it'll be like to travel the United States in a motorhome. So that'll be for the next talk. We appreciate you hanging out with us, walking with Steve and Gail.
Yes, we do.
And we're about a mile in, so we've talked to you for about
17 minutes.
17 minutes, a mile into our walk. And we just, like I said, we appreciate you hanging out with us. And if there's anything you want to know and want us to chat about, things you've observed in our lives, let us know. We'll put it on the docket. So as we climb this little hill, we'll say thanks for being here, and
Yeah, we'll chat with you later another time.
we're out.